Oh god, I hope this video is not super long. In this very first compilation video where we look at a bunch of toys, because I couldn't think of a proper regular video for this time around when this video comes out. So let's get started. Starting small, we're gonna do the 90 years of play Tahu Toe of Fire. 90th Tahu is the silliest little Bionicle I've ever owned. This Tahu is absolutely the closest I'm gonna get to the original 2001 set, unless I go buy one on eBay. I'm still just so surprised that this Tahu exists, because it's been since 2016 since we got a brand new Tahu, and I've been sleep deprived and scared that we're never gonna see another Tahu. So here's Tahu. Say hello to the camera, Tahu. So let's do his articulation. So his arms go in a 360 motion. Isn't that crazy? Also his fire can go in a circle. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Tahu. So say goodbye to Tahu now. Getting into comparisons with Tahu, here's a Scourge that I built, a Jaw Blade that I built in the same style as Tahu, this Creeper that I've had for 10 years, and this Furno that was like the last Furno ever released. Next, here's Tahu, next to the Tahu in my G2 shelf, and Furno from Breakout. Last but not least, here is 90th Tahu in front of Lego Optimus Prime. Next is Kingdom Rat Trap, the Netflix version. Like Tahu, Rat Trap is just a little guy. I'm most familiar with the Transmetal version of Rat Trap because of this video, but it doesn't really detract from this toy. Rat Trap comes with this blaster, which you could tab onto his back because he has a special single tab hole just for the gun. Right up next is Rat Trap from Kingdom. So I think you look all the way around, but like it locks in. Well, yeah, it doesn't go to a certain angle because that's for transformation. So technically you can only go this far out. His arms, this is as far forward as they can go. And obviously his round ball joints can go 360. Well, to a certain extent. Ball joints, 90 degrees. And of course they can go all the way around because they're on ball joints. You can also use the hinges to do that, but that looks weird. The leg goes that far forward, that far back. Rat Trap can go above and beyond with the splits just about as the same as the Dino Thunder Yellow Ranger almost. 90 degree knees, or if you're crazy, you could use his shin ball joints. That looks weird. So I guess altogether, full. That's weird. His feet are on ball joints and go forward and back. Of course, ankle tilts because they're on ball joints. So yeah, that's Rat Trap. Comparisons, here's Rat Trap with all the Maximals that I have. Rat Trap. Not articulate, gotta transform him. So turn his head 360. I don't know why I'm doing instructions. I don't really do instructional articulations anymore. But I don't know, the transformation. I keep saying articulation. Is a bit like focus heavy compared to like something easy like, I don't know, Arthritis Optimus or something. I don't know. So yeah, this Rat Trap comes from the Netflix 2-pack of Optimus Primal and Rat Trap. So that's where this Rat Trap comes from. So the only reason they weren't bundled up together in the video is because, well, I don't know, honestly. That's just how I did it. Originally they were going to be in the same video together because they came together. But I changed my mind, obviously, so here he is in this video. In the assorted items video. I think from now on, whenever I get a core class figure, they're going to be in these kind of videos instead of their own separate videos, unless I do like a whole wave like I did before with the Legacy Wave 2 core class figures. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna, from now on, just when I do a single core class figure, it's gonna be here. I'm also gonna do the weapon storage, so I don't have to do it later. But yeah, this is how the gun just has a tab on it, you just tab it onto his hip. So there's Rat Trap. The rat for Rat Trap is pretty cute. I kind of wish he could stand on the back legs, but considering how he transforms, I don't think that's possible. Back into comparisons, here's Rat Trap with all the Maximals once again. I switched out Grimlock with the Ratoiki since they're the same mold. Next, we're going to take a second look at Kingdom Scorponok, who in his original video was unfortunately overshadowed by a couple of things. Scorponok is quite the dumpy little bot. No, it's not a negative thing that he's a little dumpy butt. In fact, it's more so a positive. I kind of like that he is because it adds some character variety in the Predacons. Getting into Scorponok's accessories, he comes with 2 hidden in his claws. One is a couple of missiles, and the other is the Cyber Bee, which looks more like a housefly. Right up next is Scorponok. So, he's already looking up. He can look all the way down, and he can look sad that his video got shafted by Black Reacnia's boobies. His arms go all the way around, go out on the shoulders, or use the transformation joint to go even higher. Bicep swivel, 90-degree knee, elbows, actually it's even less than 90 actually, wrist swivel, and his claws can open, all the way by the way, and then you do a nice clicking sound. He's got a waist swivel, but it's, you can barely use it because of, I mean look at that, it's got junk in the trunk. You can do the splits, not crazy, but actually hold on. No, not crazy. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a more than 90 knee. And feet can go forward and back, but they're different how they go forward and back because of how he's engineered. And of course, ankle tilts. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Scorponok. Also, this part moves. And so does this part, but this part's really loose on mine for some reason. Oh yeah, also this whole part if you want. But yeah, also the scorpion legs, but we can talk about that when he's a scorpion. Getting into comparisons, here's Scorponok with the rest of the Predacons that I currently have. You know, sometimes when you cough, don't you just feel, doesn't it feel like dust in your mouth, if that makes sense? That probably makes no sense at all, but like, I swear when I cough sometimes, it feels like, it kind of feels like there's dust in my mouth or my throat. But obviously that's not the case because I don't think that's even possible. I don't think dust could get in your mouth or your throat. Because if it did, I'm pretty sure that's kind of deadly, isn't it? Wouldn't it be as deadly as like a scorpion stinging you? Whoa. On topic analogy. Isn't that crazy? Or am I crazy? I don't know. Well, I say I'm crazy, which I honestly think I am. Because I can be quite crazy about a lot of things like Transformers. Have you seen me talk about Transformers? Or Spider-Man Marvel Legends toys? So I want the perfect Spider-Man Marvel Legends figure that's up to what I want. That's how I envision Spider-Man. Yeah, I gotta be quite crazy, right? Just for that alone. Or how I like Scorponok being like a regular sized dude than being a Titan class toy, which is ultimately the major reason why I even got the Scorponok, was because I like Scorponok being like a regular sized dude than a giant. So hopefully do Energon Scorponok in Legacy so I could get that guy and have a G1-esque Scorponok in my collection that is regular sized instead of gigantic. So why don't we talk about this Scorponok individually by himself. Kingdom Scorponok looks a lot better with the realistic looking scorpion compared to the show with the big cartoony giant eyebrows. Scorponok's articulation in Scorpion mode is pretty straightforward. It's literally just the legs, the tail of the stinger, the actual stinger itself. It continues to be loose as a ball joint, even in Scorpion mode. And of course the arms, they're exactly the same. Getting back into comparisons, here's Scorponok with the rest of the Predacons. Next up on the list is my favorite alternate spider person. Of course, that's Mayday Spider-Girl from Marvel Legends. She needs a new toy, Hasbro. Honestly, I think she has more of a chance to get a brand new toy, because not only do they introduce a brand new female body with the new Black Widow, but also it's almost like she was in a movie or something. Also, might as well giving us a brand new Mayday in this classic suit of hers, might as well also give us her in the classic Spider-Man suit. With my specifications. Okay, me being probably the biggest Mayday Spider-Girl fan in all of YouTube, I've not read a single comic book with her in it. Look, I know, I really want to read them really badly, I just don't know where exactly to go find them. Right up next, we got Spider-Girl. So, first and foremost, I might do a Marvel Legends wishlist video on the second channel, even though that channel's not about toys, but who's gonna watch a top 10 video on this channel when we're all about reviews? So, I mean, I might, as like a section for a video, as like a gag or something. Well, not a gag, it'd be an honest list, but as like a side thing to for like a big ass video. So maybe, maybe at the end of this year on the final video of 2023, I might do that for like a 2024 wish list or whatever. I don't know. Let's talk about her articulation. It's got the disc hinge, so you can look all the way up, all the way down. Since the head's also on a ball joint, you can do tilt. The arm goes all the way around, goes all the way up. So you could raise your hand in class or something. I don't know. She's got single jointed elbows because this figure came out in 2015. So also a swivel there. Wrist swivels. Surprisingly tight. Also the hinge. And she's got the diaphragm joint. It does not go forward like at all. But it goes back, which is good. Too bad it doesn't go forward. Even though she's a spider character, so she should be able to do that. The leg goes that far forward. Pathetic. It doesn't go far back at all. Her splits are lack thereof, more like. Got a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Got a boot cut. And her foot hinges forward and back. And then ankle tilt. But okay, that one feels scarily tight that it could break. But yeah, ankle tilts. So yeah, that's Spider-Girl and her articulation.
Doing the comparisons with Spider-Girl is all the comics-based Marvel Legends figures that I currently own. Before we hit the fall season, we must take a second look at my wife. Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. If there's one character I want a shit ton of toys of, that's Spider-Man. But second to that is Scarlet Witch, even though this is literally the only toy I have of Scarlet Witch. Let's briefly talk about my fascination with Wanda Maximoff. Let's just say I didn't watch WandaVision or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness for the plot. Getting into the accessories, Scarlet Witch comes with these effect pieces, which are supposed to be blood red. What are you thinking, Hasbro? She also comes with these interchangeable hands of the exact same pair of hands that she has normally, but in translucent pink for some reason.
Next up, we got Scarlet Witch. So, she's technically already looking up because of her hair. She can look all the way down though. And I'm pretty sure her neck is like a ball joint going into the head and going to the body, just like a G.I. Joe figure. And because sometimes her head is like off base with the neck. Sometimes. So I'm assuming. I'm not going to test it out because to fix it would be a pain in the ass. Her arms don't go all the way forward because of her hair sculpt. Same with the back. They don't go all the way because of her hair sculpt, like I just said, like I don't know how many times already. The arm goes out that far. And single jointed elbow with a swivel. Pretty sure she's like one of the final figures to be single jointed elbow with the swivel. I think. I could be wrong because she came out the same year as the Shriek body mold, which came out at the end of 2021, while this came out like in I don't remember, but it was early 2021. Both of her hands articulate differently, so this one hinges in and out while this one goes up and down. I wonder why, honestly don't know. She's got a diaphragm joint. Arcs forward quite a bit, surprisingly, more than Spider-Girl. Arcs a lot more than Spider-Girl. The leg goes that far forward. Doesn't go back because of the trench coat thing. Same thing as going out, it can't go outward. It's kind of like a hard plastic, even though it is pliable a little bit, but it's kind of hard. It's got a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Her foot can go forward, can go all the way that back, and she's got ankle tilts, which are ratcheted for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. But Scarlet Witch, definitely one of my favorite Marvel Legends figures. I can't wait to get the Multiverse of Madness one. That may or may not be the Halloween special. No guarantees because obviously she comes out in the fall, and we're not in the fall, we're in the summertime. But I don't know, we'll see. So, what camera?
How about some comparisons? So here's Scarlet Witch with the rest of the MCU Marvel Legends figures that I currently own. Before we switch off to the next figure, Hasbro, please, for the love of God, please give us this figure. I beg you, please. Please! Next up, we're looking at two toys instead of one because they're both exactly the same toy. It's so fucking obvious. The Black Series Death Troopers. So obviously, one Death Trooper is a regular Death Trooper, while the other one is a specialist. You can tell because of the pauldron. Also, funny story, this is technically a second look at these figures, because I reviewed these figures a long time ago when I was a freshman in high school, so if you want to see what my review style was when I was a freshman in high school, you can scroll down in the channel to view them. I wouldn't suggest watching them because they're old as fuck, but it's your choice. Talking about the accessories, both Death Troopers come with a blaster pistol and a blaster rifle. I don't know the specific names for the blasters. The only blaster I remember is an E11.
So we're going to look at the non-specialist one because this one's a bit hindered in like one area, and I want to show the full thing. So, I'll point it out when we get to it. So, the Death Trooper can look up. It can look all the way down. This is where we pull in this one. This one can't look down as much. It could look down. Actually, I think the disc hinge actually works on this one more. Well, it can't look up, but it could most certainly. I can feel it. I can feel the disc hinge, like in motion here. But yeah, I can't look down as much. I don't think. Yeah. So arm goes all the way around, hinges upward, and as you can see, the shoulder pad rides into the collarbone. So I don't really mind. Also, I should mention no head tilt. Death Trooper's got the single elbow swivel, which all Star Wars figures got ever since the line was relaunched with The Force Awakens, which fucking sucks. I don't know what the Black Series team was thinking when they did that in 2015, and I'm just curious. Luckily, the Death Trooper's range of motion isn't hindered because he could actually hold the blaster that good. I don't know why I said he. Death Trooper could literally be anybody. The hand hinges in and out. In and out. The swivel. It's on both hands. He does. Wait. I was about to say, oh, we got it up and down. Nope. Diaphragm joint, super tight. Crunches forward. Arcs back, like barely. Actually, let me see on the specialist. What is that one like? Oh, it's about the same, even with all this gear on. Oh, it's a bit looser when doing that, which is fine and dandy. The leg goes that far forward. Oh, the blaster's coming out. Thigh swivel, but it doesn't go all the way because of the sculpt of the thigh pad. So, yeah, the legs go out that far, which is surprising. I don't know why I did those two out of order. Double jointed knees. Before they switched the knees to be like how they are now, where it's just a single, or it's just like the arms. And honestly, I like this a lot more. I like this a lot more than single, even though the range could be good on some of those. The foot can go up a little bit, can go down a lot, and got an ankle tilt. And yeah, that's a Black Series Death Trooper. Can't believe I had this figure for however many years ago 2016 was. I got this for Christmas of 2016 actually from one of my good friends. And then I got this for Christmas from a family member. And yes, this came in a 3-pack. I specifically asked for 3-pack just so I could have the specialist. Am I addicted or am I sane? I have no idea. That's for you to decide at the end of this video.
Doing the tried and true comparisons, here are the Black Series Death Troopers Black Series figures that I have, which isn't a lot. You know, if you were paying attention at the beginning of this video, there was a third Death Trooper, and maybe it's because it's leading these Death Troopers into battle. So yes, the final figure of this very first compilation is the Bandai Model Kit 1/12 scale Death Trooper. Between the 3 Death Troopers, this is my favorite one because it's probably the closest to the movie proportions between all the suit actors that all wore Death Trooper suits. And hey, this may be my favorite one, but I do have quite the problem with this figure in terms of looseness and fragility. Look, I don't really like to be negative about the toys I review, but this figure just really kind of falls off with certain design choices that were made, like the pauldron being hard plastic, which renders articulation in the head kind of useless when you have it on. Also, the constant balance issues, like filming this video was a pain in the ass for this part, and also when putting him back in the shelf. You really think two things are going to make me hate this figure with a passion? No, no, no. I still chose to buy this toy at the end of the day in 2020, and it's not going to really stop me from hating this toy either, because with time, you appreciate things that you may not like. Let's put a bow on that deep talk and really appreciate this Death Trooper with the Black Series Death Troopers, which he looks amazing and kind of elevates the Black Series figures in a way too, which is weird. Getting into the accessories, technically all the specialist gear is accessories, which you can swap out to make the Death Trooper into a regular Death Trooper, which is quite neat. The Death Trooper also comes with open palm hands to hold blasters. Speaking of blasters, the first one we have to talk about is this long-ass sniper blaster, which only has one trigger finger hand for the right side, so no lefties on this one. The Death Trooper also comes with the same blasters as the Black Series figures, albeit a bit more screen accurate, and also two trigger finger hands for both sides, so the Death Trooper's ambidextrous. Except on snipers though. I really like that there's a left-hand trigger finger for this figure, so you can add some spice into your collection if you want. The final accessory for the Death Trooper is this fist, so you can have their squad halt. Last but not least, we got the Bandai model kit Death Trooper. So, the articulation, the head can, look up, like, barely, look straight ahead, can look down. It's also, mine's loose, so when you have that off, it's a bit more, you can tell that it's movable. The ball joint going into the head though, it doesn't work at all. Actually, let me see, what does it look like? Oh yeah, I can look side to side. Well, actually, hold on, let me see what the pauldron, because this is a hard plastic. Okay, now the head comes off when you try to turn it. Okay, you can slightly do it, like slightly, barely. This swivels. The arm goes up. Here, let me take this off actually. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna just take the whole head off because it's gonna get loose. And my arms are hurting from all these articulation things. So yeah, the arm can go out that far, and the shoulder pad's on a separate piece, so it could hinge up and down when you do that. Also, the arm's on a armpit joint, as you can see, and it's on a ball joint, so technically the arm can go all the way around. Push that in so it doesn't come off. Bicep swivel goes all the way. Got a double jointed elbow, but it kind of looks a little funky. Like, that's unnaturally weird of an elbow. But it's a model kit, I don't really blame it for that. The hand's on a ball joint, but it's like pegged in, but it's on a ball joint, so it goes all the way around. It applies to all hands. I'm gonna take off the pouches so you can see this. So the diaphragm joint. Hold on, let me do this. The arm, it can arc back about the same as the Black Series, and it crunches forward about the same. And this time it's got a waist swivel, which is always appreciated. The legs go forward, but they also are drop down, so this is actually how far it goes with the drop down. Doing the splits, you have to do the drop down. And it's about the same as the Black Series. Thigh swivel, it's even more, it's a bit more limited. Actually, no, it's about the same also. Double jointed knees, even less than the Black Series, which is unfortunate. Also, the knees also do look a little strange as well, but because it's a model kit, I honestly don't mind. The foot hinges forward and back, more forward than back, which is the complete opposite of the Black Series. Sorry to keep comparing them together. Oh my god, I can't talk. It's like almost 2 in the fucking morning. Swivel. Oh, and no, angle tilt. Oh yeah. The grenades move up and down. So yeah, how are you people enjoying this video? I hope it's good, because there's gonna be more of these in the future. For the final comparisons, here's the Bandai Model Kit Death Trooper next to the Bandai Model Kit Mando, and next to SH Figuarts Captain Phasma, who is technically Bandai, so she can be a part of this video. Oh yeah, by the way, my Captain Phasma has a cloth cape now! If you're wondering how I pulled this off, all it took was a Black Series Last Jedi Phasma figure by ripping through the plastic of the disc hinge and, well, obviously putting the cape on this figure. But don't worry, I was able to put the head back on with immense strength of mine. And if you're wondering why I would do this to such a character I love so much, well, I mean, why not? Might as well have the best Phasma figure I own have a cloth cape.
And if you're wondering why would I do that to a poor toy, I have a second copy of this toy, which I do not intend on opening or selling. So if you see an opportunity here, this ain't it. This toy is staying with me till the day I die. Also, special thanks to another great friend of mine for getting me this Phasma all the way in 2019. Crazy how time flies. So that's the end of the video. The very first compilation video that has been completed. I thought that this video wouldn't take forever to do, but obviously it took me almost a week to complete this video, because if you look at the upload history, the Optimus Primal video came out almost a week ago. So, oh well. It's the things I do for you guys who watch to the end of these videos. So, without you guys, there is no Halo Nova, so now I gotta do the whole YouTube spiel. So like the video if you like the video, subscribe notifications on so you don't miss whenever I upload a video. Check out all the links in the description for things I don't do on YouTube, especially the second channel, which is a thing I do on YouTube. So, negates what I just said before, but who cares? So, what's the next video going to be? It's going to be Legacy Override, a second look, because, well, why not? I felt like I didn't do it justice in the original Velocitron video, but yeah, that's basically it for the next video. I got nothing else to say besides... I don't plan on doing another one immediately after the Override video because, oh my god, this took forever. You don't even know. So yeah, the next compilation will be probably a long time, I hope. Unless I creatively dry and just do second looks on just about everything I looked at last year. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do that, I hope. I don't know, things could change. But the plan is not to do second looks all the time, so... I don't know. Anyways, well, I guess that's it. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!